Okay, I'm back here again on this unit. I noticed these things are non-magnetic, so I'm not sure. That could be brass or probably aluminum, maybe spray lights. There's so much things you have to separate. I'll go through this whole box later. Just trying to throw the good parts in here. Thought it might have been brass, but I think it's aluminum. It's just not that heavy. But it was on a junction bar, so. Anyways, I kind of just want to strip it so I can get these panels out. Try to get the bulk. See, this is all panels. So much material here, I'll tell you. And this is all copper bearing materials here. So you can't really leave it, you have to strip it. Strip it on here. It's late today, just way too hot. I'm starting like over 5 o'clock. Steel. I'm gonna start earlier. I was ready to start at noon, but it was just way too hot. Being Canada today, I figured, yeah, let's take it easy. Press stuff a bit. Yeah, this unit's really expensive. It's probably, he told me, he says around 60,000 this unit, but I don't know. I can't verify that. But I looked at used servers. Something similar to this is 25,000 used, so may have been 60,000 possibly, but just don't know. And then like one of my viewers, Cruiser Mac, he was saying also, like, how do you sell a unit like this? If this thing fails, you can lose you know, millions of dollars in, you know, the things, you know, that sensitive data and material that, you know, or whatever they're using can't fail. So how do you sell a used item and guarantee it? You know, I could see if I was a repair guy, I knew everything ins and outs about this, and I knew how to repair these, and I could say, okay, it's refurbished, but there's no way a guy can take this. No one's gonna buy it. Because anybody who buys these things got money. They're not gonna nickel and dime and take a chance on their failure. You know, this is kind of you know, especially if you're in California, interrupted power all the time, or anywhere, right? Power, you know, could just go out all of a sudden. This has to be 100% reliable at all times. Otherwise, what's the point of having a system totally reliable? It's got to be. Even this one here, I just kept turning these things, but they just kept turning, so you have to deal with that later. So everything is copper on these things. See, it's all copper. Copper junctions, and you know, you take this out and you get a whole thing of copper underneath there. You start adding every little piece up, you know, you're gonna have tons and tons of weight. So even this thing here, I just can't believe the heatsink on here. It's an incredible heatsink. I'm trying to get this out as units so I can deal with it later. But there's just so much material here. Okay, well, once I get most of this broken down, then I'm going to take these modular boxes out. I'm going to put the bin on the ground, and then I'm going to start bringing stuff in here. But I'll open up one box hopefully later so you can see what's in it. And I'll probably have to tear it down another time, but at least we can look and take a good look and see what's in one. These things are about 15,000 Canadian. They're like 11,000 US each component here. $11,000 right there, that little box. And every accessory, every jumper is all extra money. So he said it was 100,000, which is probably pretty close to if it was in Canadian dollars, because there's just so many things that add up to value, and the batteries and all that. Well, the batteries weren't here in the first place, but you know, you're probably paying double or triple for the batteries alone, just because you're buying off a supplier that supplies this particular items to this brand of equipment. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so nice big little copper bars here. There's inserts you gotta knock out, little inserts here and there and different things, but still copper. So what I'm gonna do is, like, I can't believe the heatsink here, and it's so heavy. That heatsink is solid. It's so heavy here, this thing. It's got at least 30 pounds right here, sitting here, 30 pounds. So the heatsink's gotta be about 20 pounds, that heatsink alone. I'm gonna take like all the wiring off, right? Because the wiring goes into the garbage can. So I'll take this unit apart later another time, which is no big deal. Just so that I got the majority of this material off. Hope it's not too windy here. The wind's trapped in my bin here. Would like to work on the ground. It would be easier and faster, but I can't. This stuff's way too heavy. We struggled. 3 people on this trying to move this. We didn't have the pallet lifter. You couldn't ever move it. It's got to be around 700 pounds, this thing. You know, so maybe more. I don't know how much your rack weighs, but everything so far is heavy gauge metal. So no light gauge materials here. There's all different grades of wire. This is all the thicker grade. Nice thick copper. It's kind of weird. I see gold plating only on the connections on the board, but I don't see the gold plating on these things, which is weird. Unless I can, let me take a better look. And no gold plating. Only gold plating on the board. It's weird. Okay, well, let me just continue here. But later on, next time I'll weigh that block. I just don't have a proper, I can't get the bit out for, but I might, would be nice to weigh the block just for the hell of it, right? But this is so heavy. I can't believe aluminum's that heavy. I'm sure I got a little bit of weight here, but not that much weight. Okay, well, let's see if I can get the other bit going and a few things. Okay, the tool here, so now I'm taking the board apart now. Here's, I don't know what these are, some kind of power rectifiers or something, or almost like a transistor type, but it's on a heat sink, so it's a high heat item. 3 of those. Here's the boards. All kinds of IC chips. That's the Texas Instruments, I believe. Some. It's actually mixed. So it's like a lot of IC chips here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 of the bigger ones. So anyways, that's that. Here's another board. But I was going to mention there's a really good gold plating on these things. Here's another board here. The gold plating is like old school gold plating. Look how nice that is, commercial quality. So plating is really good plating on this stuff. Probably worth taking off. But anyway, so getting closer to taking this apart, just trying to show you the highlights of different things. So if you ever have an opportunity to get one or find one or even buy one, like if someone said, hey, give me $100, definitely worth $100. You know what I'm saying? But is it worth 200? I'm not sure. We'll see what scrap comes out of it. You know. But there's a fair amount of copper in here, copper wire, strips, data wire, transformers, 3 aluminum heat sinks. Looks like there are 3 here. Super, super heavy. And so let me get closer to that. I'm going to weigh all the transformers later. I'll weigh the 3 transformers and then put everything else on top. Just give you an idea what's in here. Wire, like I say, I'm nowhere near that point. But if you're interested, how heavy is that transformer bank there? Well, it feels really heavy. I'm saying 60 pounds, could be 80 pounds, don't know. There's even also breakers here. This could have nice silver contacts in here. So there's a lot of things I have to pull out of here. All these type of electrical components, you know. So I'm gonna unscrew this, and this plate will come out, and I'll take some of the junk off it. But I'm gonna make sure I got the majority of the wire off. And then I can just go in the corner of the yard. I'm not too worried. There's nothing of value there. The transformers, I'll put them all away. There's 2 there, and then there's 1 transformer here. There's not really much left here, but anyways, stay tuned. Very hot still. I thought it would be cooler. It's getting still 28 pretty right now, around 28. Okay, most of it's stripped down. Got a couple boards here still. Some of it's hard to get to. You have to kind of, well, I don't have the angle around it. If I could go around it, I could take it all apart easier, but anyways, it worked out okay. That one's full mixed wire and components and different things, mostly copper bearing stuff and some oddball stuff. Couple 3 fan motors came out, transformers. I still have 1 more transformer here. Heat sinks are really, really heavy, these heat sinks. I'd say about close to 10 pounds, I would think. Maybe even 8 pounds. But I don't think it's less than 8 pounds, pretty heavy. So I got 3 of those. So much capacitors there and stuff. But everything is heavy. All these side walls are super heavy. That's why the weight is there. The cabinet alone and the transformers are, say, at least 100 pounds, the transformers. And the rest is just the heavy metal. Heavy gauge, right? It's built to, you know, so that you could fork it around. It's not going to fall apart. It's solid material, right? Okay, I'm going to weigh these aluminum heat sinks. I'm thinking probably 8 pounds each. Haven't weighed it yet, but could be close to 10 even. Wow, 12 pounds? Oh, it's way out. So this should be 36. 36 pounds, right on the money. Wow. Who would think there would be 12 pounds each, those things? See, that's why there's so much weight, and I could get that thing alone. Okay, well, wow, 12 pounds. Okay. I wonder what this type of transformer weighs like this. Oops. Maybe 5 pounds. 4.2, okay. It's another transformer. 6.2. 3 of these. At least 5 pounds, I think. 5.8. Okay. Just want to weigh this big one here. I'm thinking at least 60 pounds. Probably more. It's actually pretty heavy. What? 110. Come on, 110 pounds? And, wow. I know it's heavy, but come on, is that heavy? 110 pounds almost. 109.8. I guess I'm stronger than I think I am. Wow, I can't believe it. I know it's heavy as hell, but let's see all the transformers, what they weigh in that unit. That's why it's so heavy, that unit. So I really slipped on that one. 141.8 pounds of transformers. These are transformers I can see. They're still like maybe sealed transformers, the odd thing there, but wow. It's got to be at least 30 pounds of copper and all that, I would think, for sure. We'll see. I'm interested in these ones here because there's two. They're welded. I can break them here, and if they break here, they'll come out. This might be easy to strip, but the problem is it's welded. Welded. They're riveted, welded. I may have to take a grinder, cut it here, both sides, so I can release it so I can pound it. But anyways, wow, I didn't expect that much. 110 pounds. Well, it's amazing how, you know, you just, what you think is light, or you think it's not really that heavy, but it's really heavy. But this is the main money here, and then all the wire. Right? So 110 pounds. Oh. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Yeah, it's just too screwed up here. This is all kind of like grounding straps and stuff. Lots of copper here too. The bigger stuff here. About 5 pounds here, probably. Hello. 5.6 right there. Yeah, so there's a fair amount of copper in that thing, I'll tell you. It's amazing how much in there you start playing with it, right? Like that's a copper bar right here. It's just taped up. There's lots of little bars like this. You just gotta be cleaned. See that? And spools like this, the copper. 6.6. So almost 3/4 pound of copper here. Well, copper and board, but okay, well, pretty impressive, I'll tell you. Very, very happy about that. And this wire is really heavy wire, heavy gauge. I have to cut the end off it and put it through my wire stripper. I can strip the majority of these. Try to cut them long as possible, but you know, some are long and some are short. Okay, well, let's keep continuing here. Wow. Okay. The guy told me he took all the batteries out. Obviously, they're not taken out. I was wondering why it was so heavy here. I already took a bunch of these batteries back from another guy who gave me a bunch. He says every 2 years in commercial industrial, they change the batteries every 2 years. So each row, like this, should be about 110 pounds of batteries. So say 1 2 3 4 5 600 pounds of batteries here. And the problem is I can't put the bin on the ground. As you can see, my bin's twisted. As soon as I back up, the bin could flip sideways. And then, you know, I have a fire hydrant here. What if I hit the fire hydrant? It'd be a nightmare here. Because it's top heavy. So what will happen is, see, the bin's already crooked from the angle. Once I put the bin back, there's two little levers in the bottom of the bin here. I'll show you. They keep the bin from flipping. Right here, if you can see in here, see that hook in there? There's a hook here. Once I release that, the bin could go anywhere. Like I had it on the side of the side here, and as soon as I released I opened the door, I was over here, the bin lifted up like this, the TV fell over, because there's so much weight, and I can't move the thing. I move it one way, it doesn't want to turn the other way. It's got wheels, but it doesn't want to turn. So that means this probably is only the battery section. So it must have had batteries. This whole thing was batteries. And then maybe that was another unit also. Because he said that was the main unit, which is probably true, and this was his battery units. So that means he already took out at least 6 trays out of that one of batteries. He took the batteries out of the top ones, but he never took these batteries. Maybe he didn't know. There's probably $180 in batteries here alone, just the batteries. I'll get probably 30 cents or 30 and a little more. I see lots of little transformers in here. at least 2 on each side here. I'm not sure how far it goes in there, but you know what? I'm gonna start pop a couple things out here because this is a little more trickier than I thought. I thought this was some sort of full electronics and stuff. It's nothing that I know. Like I thought maybe this was a whole separate UPS. You know what I'm saying? Like these are controllers for each phase. And you can see it, the elements hit, it's all corroded, it's been weathered. You can't sell this stuff as shit, it's garbage. It's, you know, it was just left in the rain too long. Well, a tarp doesn't matter. Or see, we're really damp here in the West Coast. If it gets down to like 2 or 3 degrees, it feels like it's -10. It's just so damp, bone-chilling dampness. So everything is corroded here, right? Some of it could also be from the batteries, possibly, but they're sealed gel cells, so I probably doubt it. I think it's just the moisture in general. So I'm going to pull this pot out here, and we can see what's really in there. But this is good. I'm happy because I get a good chunk of money here. So, I mean, I might pull $500 to scrap of this. I'm thinking close to, probably, by the time, you know, everything's popped out and metal and this and that. But, that's awesome. Okay, so let me just get my tools again. I was hoping to put the bin down, and I just noticed the bin is so crooked. Look at, the road is pretty, not, it's only maybe out about a foot, the road, from here to there. Not even like 6 inches. And look at how the bin is so crooked already. See that? You know, it should be like that. So, for sure, if I lift the bin up, this bin's just going to be all over the place. I'm just, you know, may not do nothing, but I'm not taking a chance just to be safe. You know, we're talking about a lot of weight here, right? You got 600 pounds, or maybe more, could even be 800 pounds just sitting there. You know, right there in one corner. And you got some stuff there, but, well, I'm happy. Batteries are good. Batteries are always cash, right? So anyways, wow, unexpected, but good. So I'm happy about that. I mean, that was really tough to strip apart, just because at first I didn't have the right, I couldn't find the right bits, and then it was really tight, and I was worried about capacitors and different, you know, stuff in there. So I put a screwdriver in the capacitors, and, you know, there's no spark, there's no, you know, they've been sitting too long, right? So they haven't built up any energy. But anyway, so basically, like I say, get the batteries out of here. That alone will be a big difference. And then tomorrow I might even just leave them on the truck and put the batteries here, and then take them tomorrow, because I know for sure, because I took a bank back already I had from my other industrial pickup. Each bank row was 110 pounds. So I mean, you're gonna have like, you know, 700, 600 and maybe 60 pounds possibly, depending if they look like the right size batteries. But, you know, so I'm just thinking at least 100 pounds. So you're gonna say 600 pounds would be good. Okay, let me get my tools here. Stand by. Okay, I pulled these out. These banks are a little smaller than the ones I've seen before. The ones I had are a little bit longer, but anyways, I pulled it out. This is what's inside it. Look at that. Lots of little transformers, and these are all, looks like they're good transformers. Really good gold plating. Look at the gold plating on there. It's beautiful. 3 transformers here, 6, 7 transformers. More heat sinks. So when we priced it, each unit was 10,900 or something American each bank. I don't know if it's with the batteries together. I'm not sure, but wow. So this has got one DSP chip and then a bunch of smaller flat packs and stuff. Good gold plating. You see, that's really good gold plating. So these transformers, and then more heat sinks here. Okay, so it's heavy. It's probably about maybe 25-30 pounds, this box. I'm gonna take this off. Okay. See what's in the bottom here. Come on. Really impressive, pretty good. I'm happy with the batteries. That's a big bonus. Batteries are good. Big money. I guess the guy didn't realize it because he took all the batteries back. But I guess he didn't know what was in these things. Slipped up the guy, otherwise he would have. He's an alarm guy, so he would have kept the batteries for sure. See very much in this part here. This could be an empty box, who knows? You can see it's weathered, huh? It's been sitting for a while. You can see it's... So I don't know how even this comes out. I don't even know what's even in it. Could be brains or something in there, you know, a bunch of electronics. What's the screws here? Yeah, the battery pack they were a little bit longer, but they were 110 pounds, so even 500 pounds of battery would be nice. See all the spiders and stuff that live in here. Yeah. So I don't know how these come out. The spider right there. Go there. There's another big spider here. These are those. Looks like it's pregnant. This one's got his eggs. There you are. Come on. There you are. Go. Run. Run for your life. Okay. I don't know how they even get these things out. Oh, there it is. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to weigh this. So I'm going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 times this. I don't know exactly how much weight I got. It's got to be at least maybe 30 pounds. A bit more. I'd say 30 pounds. Hard to say, it's such a small object, right? It's not just even not killer heavy. Come on. Switch is a little finicky, I think that's why they chucked it out. Come on. Okay. Okay, pounds. 40 pounds. 42.6. You know how many I said? 12? 14. Yeah, let's see. Come on. Calculator. 42.6. So how many do I have there? 4? Can't remember. 12 I thought maybe. That's nice to know. So 40 pounds didn't seem that heavy. You know, I had a 30-pound wheel before, like it was super heavy. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yeah, okay. Times 12. 511 pounds. I'll sell them exactly the way they are, sealed in that plastic. They like that better, so it doesn't fall apart. So 500 pounds just in this little area. 511 pounds. Wow. Well, that's good. Perfect. Okay. We got a board, a little bit of gold fingers on there, some IC chips. So let's get this back plate off. I'm trying to get A little closer here. There's another circuit board in here. It's hard to get stuff out of here. It's everything's kind of built in really like a modular, but very hard to figure what's what. Yeah, I don't know how to get to the rest of this heavy wire here too. I don't know what that's for. Coil, I guess. Some sort of coil they made out of wire. I don't know how to get this back half off. And this is heavy alone. It's heavy gauge metal. So I'm not really sure. It's like there's this board looks like it's just plastic clips on the board. I don't know how they would repair something like this. After it's just like you can't get to it. It's all heavy gauge wire. Oops. Get this off. It's all heavy, solid gauge. I guess ideally I gotta take all these screws out and then plate and the switches fall. Pretty bizarre. Okay, let me just pop more off and I'll get closer to it. Okay, I stripped this main bank here. This is where all the batteries plug into. Look at the big copper bars, solid bars here. Super heavy, good value here. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Look at that, bars go all the way top to bottom. Oh, figure how this comes apart. Bars, look at that, all bars. Solid bars. And this thing weighs probably about 40 pounds, mostly plastic. Not sure how it's going to come apart. It's all plastic, so it may just slide down or something, I don't know, but there's a little screw on this side. I'm not sure what's going on here. Wow, it's amazing. Those double bars, wow. Double bars on both sides. Thick. You remember, this is the main. Well, that unit's how many? Yeah, it's 50 amp battery. Each battery is 50 amps. 500 amps of power, so. don't know how this one comes out.
550 amps.
This has to come out of the channel. It's in a groove or something. Okay, let me just take it apart here. I can't figure it out. Don't smash it and shit in it. So. Okay, stand by. It's all on screws. All the weights, the copper, plastic doesn't weigh very much. It's all copper.
Everything for $1, I guess.
Keep busy. The bars here already popping out. Black copper. Wow, this is nice copper. And hookup points. Another one. Okay, one comes out. Come on. I could have just been lazy and just left this bar here, not knowing what it is. No, you have to investigate everything. Should be $100 of copper here. Quite a bit here. And these things are heavy alone, by themselves are heavy. One more here. Okay. Okay, let me figure how this comes apart. I'll show you. Just this is 4.2 pounds right there. I don't know how I'm gonna put this in here with you. Things I don't want to bend. I don't want to bend this copper for now. Oh, doesn't even matter, I guess. But it's hard to sell stuff, but like this copper like that. Some people may want it like that. 7 pounds. So I'll just bend it smaller anyway. 10 pounds. 12.8. I thought at least 20 pounds. I thought maybe 30 because I thought it was. You never know. Just don't know, but beautiful stuff. I don't think it's bright and shiny, but definitely number one. £24 already. Oh, let's see what's on this thing. £27. Wow. $100 copper right there. 26.8 is saying. So almost £27. I would say well, price is a little low now, maybe $3 a pound. So about $80. But I'm not gonna sell this right now. I'm just gonna sit on it for a bit. Got more copper over there, so wow, unexpected copper coming out of nowhere. You just don't know what's in these things until you take them apart. It looked like all plastic. I thought there'd be just a bunch of wires going up and down. You know, like a little plug into a thick wire or something, but not. I didn't expect bars like this. 26.8. I think my scale's wrong because the battery pack said 45 pounds. Each pack was 45 pounds. I got 42 pounds. I remember weighing a few things in the scrapyard, and I thought I had like, say, 10 pounds. I had like 13 pounds, so scale could be out a little bit, but you know, at least it's working. It's pretty close because I weigh on there. I'm about the same weight as normal, so anyways, good score there. I got probably 500 pounds of batteries, I'm thinking. At least 115 batteries. Copper here. I bet you I'll pull easily $500 out of that load by the time I sell everything. Metal and this. Just all those two things. Awesome. Okay, I think that's it for today. Just way too hot. It started late. It was like 30 probably today, and I thought it'd cool down towards the end of the day. It just got worse. Okay, happy Canada Day to everybody. You're probably watching this a little bit late, but anyways, happy Canada Day. All the best. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.